हमने आपकी स्टोरी
कल थे सर उनको दिया गया 1 लाख रुपए।
हमने आपकी जब स्टोरी वकील साहब कल की थी तो कई लोगों ने मुझे फोन किया, हम आपको उनको पैसा देना चाहते हैं। क्या आप पैसा चाहते हैं या अपना घर चाहते हैं, अपना ईमान, अपना सम्मान चाहते हैं?
सर मैं सबसे पहले तो मेरा ईमान और सम्मान चाहूंगा सबसे पहले सर। दूसरी बात, जो घर मेरा तोड़ा गया है मुझे मेरा घर ही दे दिया जाए। मुझे न तो पैसा चाहिए किसी का, न मुझे कोई सब्सिडी चाहिए और न मुझे कोई नौकरी चाहिए। मुझे मेरा घर चाहिए, मुझसे से वही घर चाहिए जो इन लोगों ने तोड़ा, मुझे बना के मेरा घर वही दे दिया जाए। मुझे और कुछ नहीं चाहिए, न मुझे फ्लैट चाहिए, न मुझे बिल्डिंग चाहिए, कुछ नहीं चाहिए सर।
आपको अपना घर उसी जगह चाहिए जहां वो तोड़ा गया है?
जी सर, जी सर। जितनी तेजी से इन लोगों ने मेरा घर तोड़ा है उतनी तेजी से बना के मुझे दे सर।
Najib Jung Sahab, is that possible? Is it possible to rebuild the house? Is it possible for the DDA? As he says, there are a number of other houses in that same area which are still standing.
I think the DDA should be terribly ashamed of what they have done. They should not only make his house there, they should make a double-story house there to compensate him. I am frankly at a loss for words because I think that the DDA and the Delhi police have put all of us at shame. I hang my head in shame at what the administration is doing. I spent 46 years of my life in government. Today I hang my head in shame at the brutality that I see and the attitude. Because can you imagine, you'll make the house all right, but what happens to the 3 children's trauma? The beating that they received, this girl is of the age of puberty. She's 14 years old. Where has she been touched by the DDA people or by the police? Will she ever forget that? So the trauma will be there for life. They have scarred this family. So the DDA should compensate them by giving them a much better place to live. And I think all of us should somehow make a fund or something to contribute, because the rat miners are the most dangerous profession in India. Government has declared it illegal, and when we need them, you pull out these illegal workers and help rescue this tunnel, the people in the tunnel. So we have actually encouraged an illegal act to help where your legal system did not work. And then you punish him in this way. Obviously, the man from DDA who went knew this man. It is not possible that the police officer who went did not know that he is a rat miner who was involved in the Uttarakhand tunnel. So this entire action is patently illegal. The person
But am I right?
DDA
Am I right? Therefore, Najib Jung Sahab, you're using excellent.
Who was?
Am I right that if it was a wealthy man who had the influence to go to court, no DDA would come to demolish it? If he was part of the VVIP, Lattians elite, or call them what you will, no DDA will come to demolish a house which is illegal in a plush colony.
Well, name me one house in which even if a chabutra has been demolished. घर तो बहुत बड़ी बात होती है, एक चबूतरा डिमोलिश नहीं करेगा डीडी और म्यूनिसिपैलिटी, यहाँ घर डिमोलिश कर देते हैं। रेलवे के साइड में इतने गरीब लोग रहते हैं, वो क्यों रहते हैं? They don't want to live there. But what is the opportunity that this great country is giving them? We must go back to Gandhi and think of the man who's standing the last in the queue. These are the guys who are last in the queue. And you
in a sense,
गरीब
की कोई सुनवाई नहीं है. In a sense, what this is showing is गरीब की कोई सुनवाई नहीं. You can be a hero one day, but if you are poor in this country, आपकी कोई सुनवाई नहीं होती है.
न पहले थी, न आज है, और न
कोई सुनवाई नहीं है सर.
हाँ वकील साहब, आप क्या कहेंगे?
बिल्कुल सही कहा सर आपने. गरीब की कोई सुनवाई नहीं है, लेकिन गरीब भी एक दिल रखता है सर. हमारे परिवार में सर आर्मी में रहे हैं, हमारे फादर आर्मी में थे, हमारे जो बड़े भाई है वे भी अभी आर्मी से रिटायर हुए हैं. मैंने कभी ये इस चीज़ का सहारा नहीं लिया, न मैंने कभी किसी को बताया कि मैं इस चीज़ को, मतलब इस चीज़ की कि हमारे घर में जब सभी लोगों ने सेना में सभी ने सेवा दी है, उसके बाद मैंने भी ये काम किया अपने देश के लिए और बड़ा प्राउडफुली काम किया है, जिसे सब लोगों ने सराहा है. और इस काम को देखते हुए मैंने सबसे बोला है कि मुझे सर पैसा नहीं चाहिए, मुझे आपका कुछ भी नहीं चाहिए, मुझे जो मेरा घोंसला जो खुद मेरा है, जो मेरा है सच्चाई में, वो मुझे चाहिए और कुछ मुझे नहीं चाहिए।
आपको बस अपना घोंसला चाहिए। अगर कल किसी टनल में कोई इसी तरह से 40-45 लोग फंसे हैं और आपको बुलाया जाए, आप जाएंगे फिर, या कहेंगे इस बार बहुत हो गया, जब तक मुझे घर नहीं मिले मैं नहीं जाऊंगा?
सर जैसे हालात, जैसे हिसाब किताब है, उसके लिए मुझे बहुत ज्यादा सोचना पड़ेगा, लेकिन नहीं, हम फिर भी दिल से मजबूर हैं। आपका कहना सही, गरीब को इंसाफ नहीं, लेकिन गरीब के पास दिल है। आप कहीं भी कहेंगे सर, हम फिर भी खड़े मिल जाएंगे आपको।
आप कहीं भी जाएंगे, अगर सरकार आपको कहे अभी भी आप जाएंगे, यानी आपने हिम्मत तो नहीं छोड़ी ना अभी तक?
नहीं सर, मैं हिम्मत छोड़ूंगा भी नहीं, और कहीं अगर किसी पे आँच आए और वहाँ मेरी जरूरत हो सर, मैं वहाँ जरूर मिलूंगा। अगर मेरी आवश्यकता मुझे सरकार ने बुलाया तो मैं वहाँ पे जरूर मिलूंगा सर।
और आपके बच्चों को क्या, आप कुछ लोगों ने मुझे फोन करके कहा है कि क्या आपके बच्चों का जो स्कूल एजुकेशन है उसके लिए कुछ चाहिए, क्या चाहिए, कोई मदद चाहिए आपको इस समय?
मैं सर अभी कुछ नहीं चाहिए मुझे मेरा घर चाहिए बस। मैं जो करना होगा मैं खुद कमा के कर लूंगा, लेकिन फिलहाल मुझे मेरा घर चाहिए।
Final word to you, Najib Jung. What will you tell Vakil Hassan today? What would you like to tell this brave son of India, sir?
वकील साहब, सबसे बड़ी बात, राजदीप साहब का धन्यवाद करिए कि ये प्रोग्राम कर रहे हैं जो पूरे हिंदुस्तान में शाया होगा। आपकी शक्ल हिंदुस्तान देखेगा, आपकी आवाज़ हिंदुस्तान ने आज सुनी है, आपका दर्द आज हिंदुस्तान ने समझा है, और इसीलिए हिंदुस्तान आपके साथ खड़ा है आपकी मदद करने के लिए। मैं जिसने सरकार में काम किया है, मैं शर्मिंदा हूँ कि हमारे साथियों ने, जो हमारे साथी रहे हैं, उन्होंने ये हरकत की है, और मैं समझता हूँ आज वो लोग भी पशेमान होंगे कि उन्होंने ये जल्दबाजी में हरकत की है। तो आप अपनी हिम्मत न छोड़ें, हिंदुस्तान को आप पे नाज है, आप इसी तरह हिम्मत बनाए रखें, और मुझे विश्वास है कि यकीनन जो गवर्नर साहब ने कहा है उनकी बात अटल है, आपके लिए घर बनेगा, और मैं समझता हूँ अगर भगवान चाहेगा तो उससे बेहतर घर बनेगा।
Well, let us hope that happens, नजीब जंग साहब। वकील हसन साहब, मैंने आपको कल वादा किया है कि जब तक आपको अपना घर ना मिले, हम ये प्रोग्राम इस तरह से, आपकी जो भी बात है, आप कभी भी मुझे फ़ोन कर सकते हैं और बता सकते हैं क्या हो रहा है। मनोज तिवारी जी बीजेपी के एमपी हैं, उनको भी हमने दरख्वास्त की है कि ये जल्द से जल्द आपको अपना घर मिले। Vakil Hassan Saab, Najib Jung, that you've spoken to us on this issue, which reveals just how unequal a society we are even today in the 21st century. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you. And I just want to say, a number of you have written in saying that they are willing to help in whatever way possible. As I said, your help is much appreciated, but I think what Vakil Hassan wants is a return to his self-respect and dignity. That dignity was destroyed when his house was demolished in the manner that it was. Some of you have written to say, look at it, it was an illegal construction. Why are you so sympathetic? I want to ask all of you who say that, do you know the number of illegal plush apartments that are built across this country? Have any of you asked that those buildings be demolished? Would any DDA official dare to demolish those buildings and put the people out on the road and on the street, as happened with Vakil Hassan? Rat mining itself has been declared illegal. And yet, when it came to Uttarakhand, you needed the support of these rat miners to rescue 41 Indians. Vakil Hassan is saying he doesn't want our charity. He wants some basic dignity, as do the poor. When a bulldozer is used over a poor person's house, you seem to suggest that the law must take its course. When there are colonies that are unauthorized, that have existed for decades, and no one touches them, where is the rule of law? The law must be equal for all. And the fact is, here is someone who was living in this house for more than a decade. How do you expect people like him to reach to the VVIPs of this country, who are mostly silent when it comes to issues that concern the anonymous poor. Had he not been a heroic rat miner, his story would not have been heard, as indeed are many stories in this country that are not heard. It is my aim on this program to showcase such stories which reveal the human tragedy of those who are being left out. It could be students who've suffered for years because of paper leaks. It could be someone who's been targeted simply because he or she belongs to a particular religion. Or it could be like Vakil Hassan, someone who unfortunately suffers the indignity of being poor in this country. I want you, each and every one of you, to think about it. Let's turn from there to our top political story, which comes from Himachal Pradesh, where the Congress, it seems to have at least for now averted a crisis in the hill state. Sukhwinder Singh will remain the chief minister for now, just 72 hours after 6 Congress rebels cross-voted. Those rebels have now been disqualified under an anti-defection law, but are now moving the court over the disqualification decision. As some would say, picture abhi baki hai. Here's all that happened in the hill state of Himachal.
The Congress dodges the bullet for now. 2 days after 6 Congress MLAs cross-voted in Rajya Sabha election for the lone seat from Himachal Pradesh, the grand old party has brought warring factions to peace. The state Congress leaders on Thursday evening held a press meet in the presence of central observers to declare that all is well.
All MLAs want 5 years Congress government. All are united. The High Command has chosen Mr. Sukhu, which has been proposed by PCC President.
हमारा लोगों का काम है लोगों की सेवा करना। षड्यंत्र रचना हमारे को ना आता है ना हम करते हैं। और मैं स्पष्टता से कहना चाहता हूं कि हमारे को हिमाचल की जनता ने 5 साल के लिए चुनकर भेजा है।
Vikramaditya Singh, one of the claimants to the Chief Minister post, hinted that he has placed his demands before the High Command and expects them to be met before 2024 Lok Sabha polls.
मैंने पिछले कल कुछ सैद्धांतिक मसले अपने प्रेस वार्ता में उठाए थे। उन्होंने ये कहा था, उन्होंने ये निवेदन किया था हमसे कि जब तक उन बातों पे चर्चा होती है तब तक आप अपने इस्तीफे को जो है वो प्रेस ना करें।
Meanwhile, the Assembly Speaker has disqualified the 6 Congress rebel MLAs who voted for the BJP candidate in the Rajya Sabha poll. The disqualification of the MLAs for violating the party whip is seen as a stern message from the leadership. The MLAs have moved the Punjab and Haryana High Court against the disqualification.
तो ये किस आधार पे किया है? ये मुझे मालूम, दल बदलने पे, दल तो हमने कोई बदला दी है जी, और ये हम चुनौती दी है अब हमने इकट्ठे होकर विधायकों ने जी यहाँ पर अपना कोर्ट में, और देखते हैं अभी इस पे जो नियम अनुसार होगा वही होगा।
The BJP is keeping the pot boiling. It has asked its MLAs to stay in Shimla.
कांग्रेस पार्टी की प्रदेश की अध्यक्षा ने कहा कि हम कई महीनों से, कई सालों से जलील हो रहे हैं। अध्यक्षा ही बोल रही है तो आप कल्पना कर सकते हैं। उनका बेटा मंत्री है, वो मंत्री बोलते हैं कि जलालत का दौर खत्म ही नहीं हो रहा है, बार बार जलालत हो रही है हमारी, और उसके बावजूद हमसे कहाँ पूछा जा रहा है, हमसे इस सारे जो है इसके लिए हमको दोषी ठहराने की आवश्यकता नहीं है। दोषी है तो वो हैं, और आखिरकार उनके विधायक अगर नाराज होकर के उनसे दूर गए हैं, कोई तो वजह होगी।
The Congress has weathered the storm in Himachal Pradesh for now. A change of guard after the Lok Sabha elections cannot be ruled out, however. Bureau Report, India Today.
And joining me now is someone who's a central figure in all that's going on there. Pratibha Singh is MP and the Himachal Congress President. Appreciate your joining us, Pratibha ji. Can I say now, all's well that ends well for the Congress? Is your crisis over? Will your government last 5 years as DK Shiv Kumar is now claiming? 5 saal chalegi?
I think it's too early to say that.
I think it is too early to say. Are you telling me there is still a possibility that your government, that is Sukhu's government, may not last? Because as I said, DK Shiv Kumar, the Karnataka Deputy Chief Minister, left Shimla claiming this government will now last 5 years. Who's right, he or you?
How can I say that? I don't know what will happen tomorrow or what will happen in the coming future. That has yet to be seen. There were certain issues which cannot be decided within a few hours or within a day. It has to be sorted out. It will take time. And then only we can, if we are in a comfortable position, then only I can say that it will last.
But what are these issues specifically, Pratibha ji? What are the main issues according to you which, unless they are resolved, you cannot say with certainty that the Congress government in Himachal is stable?
See, there were many issues. Now I can't go into the detail and say about each and every issue. But as far as the government was concerned, whatever the government had to take a view on, and they had to decide certain things, that kept delaying and delaying and delaying. And we kept telling them that you have to take a decision, let you take the call. We have all come to you with this hope that you will decide. And he kept putting it on the High Command, ki High Command says, then I'll do it. Then I'll do it. Then we would go to Mr. Shukla also, who looks after the Himachal affairs. We've told him also a number of times. He would also not take a decision. He would also not move forward. So that is how it kept delaying and delaying, and this is how these things kept brewing, and this is where we have landed today.
But tell me, Pratibha Singh, I want an honest answer. Isn't it true that your party is split down the middle between the Sukhu faction, the Chief Minister's faction, and your Pratibha Singh faction? Your son, Vikramaditya Singh, came out very strongly yesterday, resigned from the cabinet saying he was being humiliated, then returned. Is the party split right down the middle despite this show of unity today between the factions?
Sir, with great humility, I have to tell you there is no faction as Pratibha Singh faction. Please, if you have to speak like that, I am sorry, I will not be able to answer your questions. There was no faction at all. ठीक है, we had certain resentments, we had certain issues which had to be settled. We have not caused any faction between the party, and we are in the same group and we are together. You remember last time when we had this Vidhan Sabha election, we categorically said, it is your choice, you have made the choice, you have made the Chief Minister. We promise that we will walk together, we will take him into confidence, he takes us into confidence, and we move ahead with a clear heart and a clear soul and do whatever the people expect us to do.
No, but Pratibha Singh ji, why then did your son yesterday dramatically announce his resignation? Clearly all is not well if your son announces a resignation in the middle of a crisis. Do you want a change in the Chief Minister or not to resolve this issue? A clear answer, ma'am.
Listen, Rajdeep ji, did he mention about that in the press conference? Did he talk about the Chief Ministership? Definitely not. His issues were entirely different. He talked about the youth, he talked about the development, he talked about the installation of Veerbhadra Singh's statue on the ridge. That was the issues of concern. That is not only our concern, it is the entire Himachal Pradesh who is looking towards the government for doing these little things. The youth, we had promised that we will give you some jobs, some placement in the government, which we have not been able to do. And now Lok Sabha elections are around the corner. We have to go to the people. So we are also answerable. That was the concern.
So
Chief Minister is not the concern. And we are not in the race at all.
So you are, let me get this very clear. You're saying there is absolutely no need for any change in Chief Ministership. You are happy that Mr. Sukhu continues as Chief Minister. Am I correct?
It is not a matter of me being happy. It is the entire Himachal Pradesh has to be taken into confidence. What they want has to be done.
Are you also
and
happy?
If he is not done well in his job, then...
Are you also happy that 6 of your MLAs who cross-voted have been disqualified? Does that send out a strong message that you cannot do these kind of activities?
I should be happy on that or sad on that. After all, we have elected them. Congress Party has elected them. They were part and parcel of the government.
What about, one question, Ms. Singh, that Sonia Gandhi, many believe, should have been the Congress candidate from Himachal. It would have sorted out all issues. It would have been smoother. It would have been easier for the party. Do you agree? She should have been your candidate for Rajya Sabha instead of Dr. Singhvi?
Definitely, definitely. And in fact, I talked to her. That day I spoke to her and I told her that, Madam, you be our Rajya Sabha member. We'll be delighted. We'll be delighted. But then she said, I'm not very comfortable. I have not yet decided. Let me see what has to be done.
Okay, I think there's a dog out there, ma'am, who's near you, your pet dog. But what about Priyanka Gandhi Vadra? Has she been in touch with you? Is it true that she's the one who's been backing Mr. Sukhu right till the end?
I really don't know that. How do I know who's backing who?
Okay, so in conclusion, as of now, you are telling me situation is very fluid. It will take a week or two to settle down. Am I correct?
Yeah, definitely. It'll take a little time for us to settle down, and let's see that whatever points we have raised, they should be settled, they should be sorted out, and then we shall feel comfortable.
Ma'am, the BJP though is looking to form a government, some say, in Himachal. Harsh Mahajan told me yesterday that within a week BJP will form a government in Himachal. Is there any possibility of Sam Dam Danda Bhed of you or anyone joining the BJP to form a government in Himachal?
I really can't comment on that. How do I know what will happen? If Harsh Mahajan is saying something, that is, I don't know what feedback he has, what assurance he has from the BJP government.
You are not in touch with any BJP leader. There is no Operation Lotus on in Himachal.
No, not at all. Not at all.
Okay.
Not yet.
Okay. Thank you very much, Pratibha Singh ji, for joining me there on the show. You're effectively suggesting that you hope that things will get better, but you're not ruling out what happens tomorrow. Pratibha Singh joining me there from Shimla. Let's turn to the other big story tonight, where there's been a big boost for the economy and for Prime Minister Modi ahead of the general elections. An 8.4% GDP growth rate in the third quarter today, as per the figures that were released. Quarter one growth revised now upwards to 8.2%. And for quarter two growth for 425 revised upwards to 8.1%. And estimate for 2023-24 now up from 7 to 7.6%. How should we read the numbers? Let's get a quick update from Siddharth Zarabi, our managing editor at Business Today. Siddharth, how do you read these numbers? Are they a big boost to the government? Can the government say, look, the economy is doing even better than what most people think?
Rajdeep, this means the third quarter of 8% plus growth in the current financial year that is ending the 31st of March. It also means 7% plus for 3 years consecutive. And that is growth that much of the world would want to give an arm and leg for, including China. When it comes to what it means and the implications, there are two things very clearly that we will see happen. One, the government's ability to continue to spend on social welfare, which has been one part of Modinomics, very significant one, and significant before the elections, will continue to go up. Just today, we have had, advanced devolution of central taxes due to buoyant tax collection. So that's number one. Number two, the ability of the government to support programs like PLI will go up. $15 billion plus of investments announced in the semiconductor space today itself. So all of this will add to very good positive economic headwinds as you go as far as brand Bharat, brand India is concerned. Pockets of difficulty remain, the farm sector, for example, and that will continue to be that way. But there couldn't be better tidings for any government that is going out to seek a third term. Right. And for Prime Minister Narendra Modi, this is absolutely brilliant news.
Okay. Siddharth Zarabi giving us a sense of what this could mean both for the economy and, of course, ahead of the elections. Thanks very much for joining me. Let's take a break. On the other side, I will be looking at two other big stories. Shah Jahan Sheikh story coming in from Kolkata, and Manipur. Yes, Manipur is still boiling. The Manipur police admits Meitei vigilante group Arambai Tengol behind the attack and abduction of the Imphal West ASP. We'll tell you more on the other side as to what's happening in Manipur. You're watching the news today. News without the noise.
Business Today salutes India's finest corporate achievers. We celebrate innovative strategies for resilient and sustainable businesses in a fast-changing world. From mid-sized to unicorns, from new entries to lifetime achievement awards, be a part of an event where excellence meets inspiration. Join us in honoring the trailblazing titans of India Inc. at Business Today Mind Rush and the Best CEO Awards.
Okay, let's turn to the other top story, which comes from Kolkata, where after being on the run for 55 days, Sheikh Shah Jahan has finally been arrested. The Trinamool Congress strongman was presented in a local court today. His body language clearly showed that he had no remorse, walking tall, signaling to the cameras. But the Trinamool Congress has been forced to act and suspended him now from the party for 6 years. Many, of course, are questioning the timing of the arrest. It comes just a day before the Prime Minister heads to West Bengal. Take a look.
Walking confidently into the courtroom, Sheikh Shah Jahan finally apprehended. The strongman of Sandesh Khali apprehended from his hideout in North 24 Parganas. At the heart of large-scale protest and a political standoff between the ruling TMC and the opposition BJP in West Bengal, Sheikh Shah Jahan has been evading capture since January 5th, when his supporters assaulted ED investigators during a raid on his properties in Sandesh Khali. Linked to an alleged Russian scam, his demeanor upon arrest elicited strong political reactions. The BJP criticized his arrest a day before Prime Minister Narendra Modi's West Bengal visit as a mere facade.
ये लुका छुपी क्यों? रात में उसको अरेस्ट किया गया, उसी दिन अरेस्ट किया गया जिस दिन उनको ईडी का समन आया है, ईडी ने बुलाया है, और रात में ही कोर्ट में कब पेश किया गया बोला गया, हमें तो कुछ पता ही नहीं चला, मीडिया को भी कुछ पता नहीं चला, आज सुबह से सबको पता चला। ये जो स्थिति बना के रखा हुआ है, पूरी तरीके से लग रहा है कि ममता बनर्जी कोशिश कर रही है कि शेख शाहजहां का बाल भी बाका ना हो और छोटी छोटी धाराएं देकर जितना संभव हो लाइट, जिसे बोलते हैं लाइट सेक्शन लगाकर इसको निकाल के ला पाए।
The state government refuted the allegations, questioning why the ED hadn't acted sooner.
बंगाल पुलिस को वो एम्पावर्ड नहीं थे कि आप जाके अरेस्ट कीजिए, पूरी ईडी क्यों नहीं अरेस्ट की? सवाल तो अब हम लोग करेंगे कि ईडी ने क्यों नहीं अरेस्ट किया, आपके हाथ में था। अरेस्ट के बाद अगर आप सवाल करें कि आप 3 दिन में 2 दिन में कैसे पकड़ लिए, अब आप नहीं पकड़े तो भी आप सवाल करेंगे और पकड़ते हैं तो आप उनकी कॉन्फिडेंस पे शक करते हैं।
The court remanded Sheikh Shah Jahan to 10 days in police custody after opposition from the police regarding his bail, citing his admission of involvement in the assault on ED officials on January 5th. Women in Sandesh Khali rejoiced at Sheikh Shah Jahan's arrest. The TMC leader faces serious allegations of land grabbing and sexual exploitation in the village. Local women, however, expressed concerns of potential retaliation from Shah Jahan and his supporters.
শেখ শাহজাহান অ্যারেস্ট হলো আপনারা অনেক দিন কি বলছেন
ওকে আমরা ফাঁসি চাই এখন ধরা পড়েছে এত আনন্দ করছি
আপনারা কি এখন খুশি আছেন আগে থেকে
খুশি
আগে যে একটা ভয়ের পরিবেশ ছিল আপনারা ভয়তে ছিলেন আমরা দেখেছি
আমরা পাচ্ছি সেটা একটু একজনও আছে একটু হলেও আমাদের ভয় আছে
সেই ভয়টা কি
ওদের গ্রেফতার করেছে ওকে ছেড়ে দিতে তো পারে ওর ফাঁসি চাই
না কিন্তু এখন আগের থেকে অ্যারেস্ট হওয়ার আগের থেকে
সাহস পেয়েছি একটু সাহস পেয়েছি
For now, a moment of jubilation in the conflict-ridden village, spotlighted nationally due to the alleged transgressions of Sheikh Shah Jahan. Bureau Report, India Today.
Okay, let's turn there from Bengal to Manipur. Our Get Real India story comes from there because a day after Manipur police commandos staged a symbolic protest by laying down their arms in response to the abduction of an officer, the department has actually now blamed the Meitei vigilante outfit Arambai Tengol for the attack. Think about it. A vigilante outfit is abducting police officers. Though the abducted officer was freed the same day, tensions are on the rise. Manipur continues to be on the boil. It's our Get Real India story.
Manipur has been simmering for months. No one, it seems, is safe at the hands of radical elements, not even police officers. On Tuesday evening, armed militants attacked the additional SP Amit Mayangbam's residence and abducted him and a fellow officer. The two were rescued hours later. The next day, state police commandos, in a symbolic move, laid down their arms to protest against the abduction of the officers. On Thursday, a Manipur police named Arambai Tengol, a Meitei vigilant group, as the organization responsible for the attack.
Targeting one of our senior officers, additional SP, Operations Amit, is extremely unfortunate. Those things has never happened in the past in Manipur so far. It is our appeal to all the public to give maximum cooperation to the police and also the CSOs to understand the situation.
The Meitei community at loggerheads, Kuki Zomis, are against any crackdown on Arambai Tengol. With the state police being targeted, senior officers have pointed out the need for calling in the Indian Army and other central forces. The government has sought the assistance of Assam Rifle in different parts of the 6 violence-affected districts. The situation has gone beyond the control of the district administration and the police, says the government order. Bureau Report, India Today.
Our good news story of the day comes from Odisha, a state where we often don't get the kind of stories we want, but here is the story that is coming from Odisha today. It's of a science center. Take a look at this story. Built as the largest such facility in India, it will cater to athletes from across all disciplines. Odisha clearly is becoming the country's sports capital. Thanks for watching. Stay well, stay safe. Good night, Shubhratri. Jai Hind, Namaskar.
Odisha gets a state-of-the-art sports science center. Built as the largest such facility in India, the state-of-the-art center at the Kalinga Stadium in Bhubaneswar is set up in partnership with India's first individual Olympic gold medalist Abhinav Bindra. The facility will cater to athletes across various disciplines. 18 types of training are provided to athletes at this center. From analysis to endurance to psychological support, all aspects of sports training are covered.
Exactly, ये क्या help करता है?
एक्चुअली ये स्पीड को इंक्रीज करने के लिए है कि आपका फोकस के लिए, जैसे कि अभी ये देख रहे हैं कि आप कर पा रहे हैं, तो शी इज़ अ शूटर, ये शूटिंग करते हैं, तो इसमें देख रहे हैं कि ये किस तरह से क्या कर रहे हैं, कि अभी जैसे इसमें बॉल्स आ रहे हैं कि बॉल कहाँ से कैसे आ रही है, उसमें किस स्पीड से आ रही है, इसको कैसे मेंटेन करना है, क्या है, तो मेनली उसके लिए।
The center aims to train over 100 athletes every day.
So in this, we basically looks after the testing, training, rehab, recovery, performance enhancement of an athletes, those who are there in the ecosystem and those who have been represented India at the highest level or Odisha at the highest level. Each sport athletes requires a different kind of a set of components. So we test those and we work on those components over the period of time.
Athletes say application of science plays a key role in taking the big leap, that is winning on the global stage.
HPC ऐसा ये होता है, हाई परफॉर्मेंस सेंटर होता है, उसमें कोचेस लेवल 3 से लेवल 5 के जो कोर्स किए होते हैं वो लोग ही आज कोच ट्रेनिंग करवा सकते हैं, और उसमें सारे फैसिलिटीज जुड़े हुए होते हैं, फूड से लेकर हॉस्पिटैलिटी से लेकर फिजियो से लेकर स्पोर्ट्स साइंस से लेकर सारे फैसिलिटीज उसमें ऐड होता है, तो जो वो चीज एथलीट को हमेशा साइंटिफिकली हेल्प करता है प्रमोट उनका सक्सेस करने के लिए फ्यूचर में।
Officials say the Sports Science Center houses specialized labs to ensure customized support to each athlete's unique needs.
The science sports facility that they say that they have everything under one roof to make sure that one athlete is turned into a legend of a sportsman, so that they can go and achieve their dreams and also win medals for India and make themselves, this facility and the country proud. With camera person Shyam Chandra Ghosh, this is Suryagni Roy for India Today, Bhubaneswar.
Weather forecast now. Delhi, maximum 29 and minimum 12 degrees. Mumbai, maximum 35 and minimum 25 degrees. Kolkata, maximum 33 and minimum 21 degrees. Bangalore, maximum 30 and minimum 20 degrees. Chennai, maximum 33 and minimum 23 degrees. Hyderabad, maximum 34 and minimum 21 degrees.